High school has a wide variety of cliche stereotypes. You got the hot Cheeto girls, the emos, the jocks, and the nerds. But my school has the most atypical and anomalous variety of archetypes. I'm talking about the most preposterous and ludicrous groups of entities straight out of the Mandela catalog. Which is why today I'll be discussing my experiences with these abhorrent constituents from my high school. Consider subscribing if you're new, and don't take anything I say seriously, as this video is all about for jokes. Enjoy. The first archetype we're going to talk about is Obesha, my school's variation of the hot Cheeto girl. These party-sized anomalies are bigger, louder, hungrier, and fugglier than their miniaturized counterparts. I typically avoid these figures at all costs, not just because I'm afraid they're going to eat me, but because they can also hurt your feelings. The moment they start going off on you, they're going to make sure everyone within a 10-mile radius can hear you getting flamed up. At that point, you'll have the whole class looking at you like we're watching a slave documentary. And it gets even worse if Rasputia got her homegirls Fee, Five, Fo, and Fum around. Avoiding eye contact with Jabba the Hutt as she stomps into class is a must for avoiding an altercation with these obese entities. If not, chances are they'll yank their heads, flick their 5-inch nails, and interrogate you. And by the way, you'll know if Tammy from my 1,000-pound sister is approaching you if you feel your chair shaking in tandem with your pencil and desk rocking. And I'm saying all this from personal experience. But moving on, next we got the weird white people. You'll typically find these unhinged and abysmal psychopaths either at lunch or in the halls. These uncanny individuals are the type of people to wipe before they crap, pour milk before the cereal, and use Discord light mode. Each and every one of these people under this category belongs in a psychiatric ward. These deranged anomalies are the primary culprits of wearing summer fits with the graphical shirt and shorts on in Siberian weather. These conniving individuals are also the same people walking around and sneezing and coughing with a gooey waterfall dripping out their nose, which is how other people get sick. Or you'll instead catch them wearing a thick jacket and insulated winter pants while normal people are outside getting baked in Arizonian weather. Oh, but it gets worse. There's this one time I was just chilling at lunch and I look up from my phone. This one kid drops his Rice Krispie on the floor, picks it back up, sticks it on the underside of the table, and he and his girl take a bite out of it for jokes. That moment had me sick to my stomach. Like at that point my digestive system started getting sturdy. I don't know about y'all, but in my school the floors is already mad dirty since the janitors don't clean them up. That along with the potentially thousands of concoctions under our shoes had to lead that Rice Krispie picking up diseases. These are also the same people who bring food into the bathroom and fight over the school's chicken patties. Something I could also discuss are the egregious radioactive abominations of food, milk, and condiments that set anomalies mixed in their tray. But we'll save that for another video. Next we got the Smash Bros kids. Now it's cool to have your own table of homies to chill and play games at lunch. In fact, y'all wouldn't be so bad if you weren't always screaming like Didi Osama. These vehement individuals are by far the loudest and most tempestuous group within the lunchroom. One particular figure in my school, built like Bobby Hill and Eric Cartman, screams so loud I can hear him on the other side of the cafeteria. You know how loud a cafeteria is too? Approximately 100 A-weighted decibels, which is about as loud as a tractor. I used to sit next to these tumultuous individuals, and there was not one day I didn't walk away without my ears ringing and head thumping. Though as I said before, if these vociferous entities weren't screaming like Keemstar and Jimmy Neutron, they'd be pretty chill. But most of y'all are kinda weird anyway, so I wouldn't mess with y'all either way. Next we're gonna talk about the thugs. These people are the bane of my existence. The majority are flat out despicable, belligerent, and pugnacious. Seeing a group of these individuals within those vape zones trying to act mad hard and tough make me want to go outside to the nearest tree, tie a rope around my balls, and jump off a branch. Like bro, we are in the suburbs, who are you trying to impress? Most of y'all trying to be gangster are built like stick figures I could draw. And ain't nothing about any of these people is gangster, cause more than half of y'all be flashing your Fruit of the Looms and walking around like you just had an accident. Little do they know what sagging derives from. These menaces to society be acting mad hard, meanwhile they're out here going to the bathroom together. I walk in the bathroom during my lunch period and there be like 15 of y'all. Like, do y'all hold hands at the urinals, or is it something Diddy? Because there's always that poor soul just trying to take a leak and one of them is always staring. I also look over as I'm washing my hands and there's another 5 dudes in the stall passing around the same vape they just put their mouths on. Though I could discuss a whole lot more of what goes on in that treacherous bathroom. We'll save that for another video. Also, why are y'all out here wearing shiesties in school? Y'all got ops from Miss Johnson and the school principal? Anyhow, I typically avoid these malicious individuals since most of them are extremely pugnacious and have access to guns and such because they live that kind of life. They will not hesitate to jump you or spin your block outside of school. Overall, most of these menaces have no regard for human life or even themselves. Word of advice to those of you who live this kind of life: just stop, bro. You're either gonna end up in prison getting your cheeks passed around like a popular cheerleader, or you're gonna end up meeting Kobe and King Von real early. If you say otherwise, trust me, even Pop Smoke said he felt invincible before he was done greasy. And not many of you will end up with a second chance like 50 Cent. So unless you want to meet the woo, change your ways. Lastly, we have our honorable mention, the furries. I'm not gonna say much about these Discord moderators who roam the halls with dog ears and tails, but I humbly ask all of you within this archetype to shower. The hallways already smell like Fritos, Tostitos, and BO. No one needs to smell wet dog too.